Okay, thanks for tuning in to another episode of Atomic Diecast, and today we're going to do a Hot Wheels casting from 2025. It is a Fast and Furious edition of the 2021 Toyota Supra GR, and the casting itself came out in 2021, the year that this car was released by Toyota. The Supra has got a long lineage. It's been around since the 1980s, and they've done multiple versions of it. It's always been kind of the flagship sports car of Toyota, and this 2021 rendition is no exception. It's got a lot of performance. And Hot Wheels has done a couple of Supras. They did a 2020 GR Supra as a mainline, but this casting is a little bit different than that. That's hence the reason they call it the 2021 model. It's not intended to be like the 2020 mainline. Instead, what they did is really depict a stock Toyota Supra. It doesn't have a large wing on the back. There are no modifications to the ground spoilers and things like that. And the other thing about this casting, which I'd really like, is that they put side mirrors on it. That is something that was absent in the 2020 mainline version. This car, again, is a Fast and Furious. It is a premium edition, which means it's metal on metal. It gets Real Rider tires. They use RR10 SPMs on this, which stands for Real Riders 10-spoke/modern. And it's a pretty good looking wheel, I think, for this car. It's got low profile rubber tires. Fits it really well. The color combination's outstanding. Orange is a color that I probably wouldn't buy a car in real life in orange, at least not a modern car. I think it looks good on hot rods and things like that. But for this casting, I think it looks great with the black accenting and the inserts on the doors being in black. The hood vents are in black, and of course the entire center section of the hood itself is also done in a gloss black. I might have liked it a little bit better had they done the black in a flat or a satin, but you know, that's a personal like. I think this is still very well done. They did smoke tinting on the windows, so you really can't see much of the interior. I did shine a light in there. You can see what appears to be a pretty well accented dashboard, but again, it's pretty hard to tell. Being a premium, it did get four-side tampoing. And so you've got headlight details, and on the back you've got taillight details as well as a license plate and the Toyota logo. Actually, I stand corrected. There is no license plate. For whatever reason, I thought there was in this one, but there isn't. Might have been nice to have that, but, you know, again, it's just a nitpick thing on my part. But it's a really good-looking car. I like it. I'm not a huge fan of imports. I tend to buy more hot rods and muscle cars and domestic sports cars, but this one jumped out at me. It was at Target, and then they had it. They had a couple of these, in fact. And one thing I was really happy about, in previous videos, I've mentioned that some of the premiums that I've bought of late have had paint imperfections. This one did not, which was good. I had let me see. I had the Roadrunner had which was a premium Fast and Furious. That had a paint chip. Ferrari F40 that I got recently had a paint chip on the front quarter panel. So I don't know how that's happening. You would think for a higher end Hot Wheels car that would be less common. In fact, I see it more on premiums than I am on the dollar main lines, which is a little befuddling, but it is what it is. Hopefully Hot Wheels quality control can get a handle on that and you know, make it not be an issue going forward. The real car is a pretty fast little machine. They use two motors in these. The GR that you see here got a 3-liter turbocharged inline six. It made 382 horsepower. 0 to 60 was 4.1 seconds. Quarter mile was low 12s. They also have a base model which uses a 2-liter 4-cylinder, which is also turbocharged. Both get an 8-speed automatic transmission. The GRs had improved suspension for tuning and stability, and you know, just overall better driving dynamics. Although the base model is still a pretty zippy car. Both of them, I think, are well adapted for handling and whatnot. One thing that I did find kind of interesting is I looked up the top speed, and for whatever reason, Toyota electronically governs these at 155 miles an hour, which is not what you'd expect. I mean, clearly they're putting high performance tires on these things that are rated for well in excess of 155. So I don't know why they did that. I'm sure there's ways around that. There's probably programs that will delete the governing and allow you to go faster. I would expect this car would probably be able to do with an 8-speed transmission at least 180, maybe 190 miles an hour. So that's about it. I'd give this one a very high rating, and we're going to send it down the track, although as with most real rider cars, I don't expect it's going to roll that well, but we will find out. Okay, we'll do the roll test. I got the tires all limbered up, and being rubber, I don't, again, think this is going to go too far. I consider if it gets to 2 for a casting with real riders, I think that's pretty good. If it goes beyond 2, that's really good. Sometimes these don't even go much past 1. All right, so it almost goes to 2. Same. Rubber tires are just sticky. They just don't, too much friction. Okay, so it goes to not quite 2. Not bad. Still a really good casting, one that I would recommend if you can find it. This one, again, came out in 2025, and I'm sure they are still out there. So if you see it and you like Supras, this would be a good one to get. So thanks for watching, and be sure to like, share, and subscribe.